We're all stressed out here. Have you guys tried getting high?
Weather's Fine is an in-motion podcast where every episode is recorded while running. Our goal is to capture authentic, unfiltered, emotional conversation that creates lasting connections between our host, our guest, and our listeners, leading to a positive impact on all of our lives.
Why in today's society is bad mental health so common? I would say it kind of goes back to our vices. Like, I think everyone has a device in their hand now. Everyone, I know most people are addicted to drugs or alcohol. Yeah. Nicotine, whatever it is. You just have things like that are false coping mechanisms, and it ends up messing up your brain's natural ability to produce those hormones. What is it, like serotonin and dopamine? I guess those are hormones, right? Lab coat.
Endorphins. And to produce that stuff that helps you.
Yeah, the stuff.
We need to get somebody on here that's real smart about that stuff to help us.
We'll get
so that's who we're looking for.
Make it sound a whole lot smarter, or we'll bring stuff up and they'll make it sound a whole lot dumber.
Yeah, I mean, I think it does go back to comfort also. Like, we're in something that is comfort. We a lot of it is we're stuck in these devices, like Sam said, that we've kind of withdrawn from reality in a sense. And reality is certainly, I don't know, it's maybe a little...
Yeah, I mean, I think we live in a bubble where our consequences don't have nearly the same deadly impact that they did, that they had on our ancestors.
Yeah, so like you can say something online or do something online that's not, that you don't believe it affects you
even
directly.
more so, like, oh, I could jump off this hill here. I'd probably break my arm, but I'd just go to the doctor, get it fixed, and in a month, I'd be right back to normal. 100, 200 years ago, you'd have a messed up arm the rest of your life.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
So I think we've started to not take responsibility for our health. We gave that responsibility to our doctors, which modern medicine's great. But with giving that responsibility to our doctors, we gave up our instinct for self-preservation. And I think self-preservation is what keeps you from thinking all these crazy suicidal thoughts, and you don't want to harm yourself if you're always trying to preserve your life.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great point. I mean, realistically, yeah, you go out every day. Way back when, you go out every day.
Just even what
even what you say to people, how you communicate.
Could get you killed
in real life.
If you say something mean.
Yeah, you go back in the old days when everybody wore their gun on their hip, and if you pop off with something that you shouldn't be saying, they may get you killed like that. But you just go out and communicate. That was what it was like. I think we just don't do that so much anymore. We operate online. We communicate with Facebook friends. Are they really our friends? We haven't seen them in so long. That's another nice thing about what we're trying to do here. We'd like to reconnect with some of those that we haven't met in many years, or we haven't seen in many, many years. So I think that's key. You have to go back into reality. take time away from those electronic devices and get out into nature. Ask a friend to join you. Just enjoy your life that way more. I think getting back to reality and getting back to the basics is really what we need to do.
There's a lot of people that cope with drugs and alcohol, which is a very negative way to cope.
They use it as a coping mechanism, yeah.
And you could use, eating right, exercise, just being good to people, reading the Bible, whatever it is.
But a lot of people don't want to hear that.
No, they don't.
Because it's hard.
People want easy.
That stuff's so hard.
Well, we all want easy and comfortable,
Yeah.
what's comfortable for us.
Yeah.
We all do. But you got to kind of rewire your brain to redefine comfort, or kind of like I do, I chase the comfort. I make myself uncomfortable and then chase it.
You gotta go down the unbeaten path sometimes.
Yeah, when you're in uncomfortable situations a lot, the comfort feels that much better.
That's right, yeah.
It's being out in the cold all day, and then you come into a warm house with a nice cozy fire. It's gonna feel great.
Makes you grateful for what you have.
But if you would have just stayed inside all day next to that nice cozy fire, you would take it for granted.
Get out of your comfort zone, right? And you've heard a lot of motivational speakers or whatever saying, get off the couch, do this,
Oh, that's ice right there.
But you have to look at yourself, examine yourself and see the why, what's gonna actually get you off the couch. Not that instant motivation. We're talking about establishing a discipline, establishing something that will work for you day in and day out.
Running so fast.
Where you're like, okay, I need to be comfortable. It's a little slippery here. It's a little uncomfortable for us.
Motivation doesn't exist. Well, it does, but not for very long.
It's drive. You gotta be
rely on it.
conservative.
Discipline more than anything.
Yeah.
It's
Waking up every day and being a doer, right?
Yeah.
When that motivation's gone, when you take your headphones out, when you stop listening to David Goggins, who's gonna help you? It's you, right? You gotta be disciplined, and it helps to have others.
Yeah, and I think of motivation as like an energy drink, a coffee, things like that. It's a quick spike. But when that goes away, what's left? And that's why we're trying to head at it from the direction of changing your mindset,
Change your lifestyle.
change your lifestyle,
Do
Get-
hard stuff.
do some good disciplined things in your life, not, I'm gonna go get in shape today.
Break those chains. Everyone's chained down to coffee or caffeine, drugs or alcohol. I've been talking about that a lot today. You gotta break them.
Well, it's a serious issue, and that's why.
Yeah.
That's a big problem in America, that we're attached to these things. That's kind of where we go to get our
It's become the norm.
yeah.
Yeah. And it's destroying us.
We go to get our spike. We
In
go
our
to get,
phones,
Yeah.
social media.
we're all guilty of it.
Think about all that false dopamine that comes from social media.
That's the thing about running and going to the gym and stuff. It seems like that just never ends, because you're just like, oh, I reached my goal from 6 months ago. Now I want to be even bigger.
And it doesn't end, and it should
Yeah.
always be something, that's why motivation is kind of nonsense when it comes to stuff like that.
Yeah.
You need that drive. And that drive could be simply, or that motivator could be, I want to live the longest life possible, or be fit when I have grandkids, or when I'm a dad, or whatever.
How about you can avoid those unnecessary stressors? you can adapt to those stressors. That's another way. You can just adapt to it. Say, make it your friend. But, you know, we can avoid the stressors. We can adapt to the stressors. What are some other ways? I think there's like 4 A's that they kind of refer to in that. Avoid,
that
adapt.
one was by Zig Ziglar, right?
I don't know who it was by. I'd give them the credit if I knew.
I'm gonna start naming A words and you tell me yes or no. Attitude.
Beep, 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 beep. Attitude, yeah, that's it. Well, I guess that would
ambition.
that would fall under adapting, I guess. You
Yes.
could look at the stressor one way, change your attitude toward it.
Yeah, how much of your problems are just you perceive them as giant in your mind. When if you actually just, instead of using energy thinking about how bad your problem is, use the energy to solve the problem instead. I think a lot of the stress is built up from not doing and worrying about how consumed you are by tasks.
Yeah, and you're stuck in the avoid mode maybe, right? Like
Yeah.
you're avoiding the stressor, you're stuck in that mode, and you're in the cycle of comfort, uncomfort. You know, you're thinking, but you haven't gone anywhere. You're still stuck in that first.
Another A word, altitude. Have you guys, you know, we're all stressed out here. Have you guys tried getting high?
High on life.
Try some drugs? I'm kidding,
Like,
right?
that's right.
We're about to get hit by a car, so we're gonna have to wrap
If we
this
don't, it'll
pod
be
up.
it'll be on camera.
Here's an A word, car accident.
They take out the shack. That'd be hilarious.
Good butt kicker. How about affirmations?
That
Give
can-
yourself.
That can definitely increase your mental health, I'd say. It's almost necessary.
They have to be sincere.
Yes. They can't be like, oh, great job, bro, and start laughing in your face.
Yeah, like we do to Sam all the time. No,
But I get them back.
we're just kidding. Alter is another A word. You alter your belief toward the event, the stressor, the issue. So if it's exercise, like for us, I feel like what we do running, like I love being with these guys. Like this is my crew. I love it when there's more people involved. You can talk about things. It takes your mind off of what you're actually doing out here. And it's just, you kind of alter your idea of what exercise is. Before you know it, you're in much better shape than you were before you got started. Good morning, guys. So alter your beliefs on things that are, alter those negative beliefs on things. Well, back to those affirmations. I know Sam has said attitude earlier, but you do have to give yourself sincere affirmations every day. Don't stick it. I mean, that falls under comfort. So give yourself some comfort. Make yourself feel good. But don't get stuck there. Get back into the, hey, yeah, I did good here. This is good for me. But you've got to get back into the uncomfort zone and then chase that comfort again. Mental health, I think about just starting your day, first thing in the morning. What do you do? I look at what I did this morning. It was still cold. It's still cold. It's 37 degrees out today, but nothing like it was on Monday, which was 0. But my mind, it's comfort. I'm comfortable laying in my bed. I don't like to leave the comfort of my bed. And I think what happens,
We don't get taken out.
and that what works best for me is instead of just staying in that comfort, I try to chase comfort every day. So it's kind of a roller coaster of comfort, uncomfort, comfort, and you're always chasing that all day long. That's what I found that works for me, whether it's, when I first get up, you're uncomfortable because you got to use the restroom or whatever. You go use that restroom, you're comfortable again. You get up on a cold day, you're cold getting out of your warm covers. For me, what works, I set my running gear out that's warm and comfortable. I jump right into that as soon as I can. So I grab a hold of that comfort. And I think when we're trying to make changes in our life, we get hung up on the very first problem when it comes with mental health is like avoiding. You avoid unnecessary stresses in your life. Instead of chasing the good things that aren't stressing you out, you just avoid them. I mean, this is not cold now. That is the nice thing about going through the uncomfortable phases of your life. Hank mentioned this earlier. You go through that when you run in 0-degree weather, and now it's 36, 37 degrees.
We're at the complete opposite side of the spectrum now, it feels like. Like it's summer out here.
So if you lower your standards as far as the belief in
I'm about to start
temperature is
streaking.
concerned, like what's bad in your life, if just little things freeze you up, you need to adjust your temperament level. Okay, at this point, we know 0 degrees can be bad. Now, when I ran with these guys on Monday, it was 0, and I truly was not cold, except for maybe my nose and a couple areas that were a little thin, just minor areas. But as long as you're covered up, now we know what the threshold is. We've dropped the threshold down. It's like, okay, running in 0, we can do that. That's not a problem. Running in 37-degree weather, that's like a heat wave. So when you do that in your life, when you experience those tough things, when you get out and do it, you'll change your perspective on things.
You'll realize the hard things aren't that hard.
That's right.
I'm kind of beginning to live life on easy mode at a certain point.
When nothing phases you,
When you're just like, oh, it's just another 20-mile run, or
you could be
just
a lot happier.
it's just -5 degrees out here, whatever.
So we're trying to raise our standard. That's training. You're basically training your mental state. You're training yourself. It's not just about a physical training in your life. It's a mental training.
Yeah, your well-being is the entire picture. It's healthy, strong body, healthy and strong mind. And a lot of the things that strengthen your body will also strengthen your mind.
Tell the
Like,
viewers.
whether you think you can or think you can't,
You're right.
you're right.
That's right. There you go. That's right.
George Washington,
George
probably.
Washington, 1783.
So you're always right. So if you want to self-sabotage yourself, you can do it.
Yeah.
Or if you want to excel, help others, get out, improve your life, make yourself feel better, mentally and physically, you can.
Help others.
A lot of things, how we operate, we do a lot of that. We say it's lose the 5 pounds, get a little more buff, drop this belly fat before summer. Those are usually the short-term goals that we keep in our head, but we forget about the discipline part of it. We need to establish a lifelong discipline that we're comfortable with maintaining. Comfortable, uncomfortable. Use that to your advantage. Get into that uncomfortable zone. Let it drive you to comfort. There's so much in life to be grateful for. You have to find it. Find those reasons.
Well, I guess we're finishing up here.
We'll wrap this bad boy up. Thanks for joining us today, guys. Sometimes you gotta crawl in life. Sometimes you gotta slide. Here I go. Yeah, be very careful. Let's head back this direction.
Yippee!
Okay.